Niagara Falls City Market to those who have never been here before, and welcome back to those who have been here before. My name is Tom Lowe, and I'm Project Director for the Niagara Falls Local Food Action Plan at Field and Fork Network. And I'm joined today by some important partners in our efforts for an improved food system in the city of Niagara Falls. I want to thank our Assemblyman Angelo Morinello and Mayor Robert Rustino for joining us today, as well as Lisa French, Field and Fork Network Executive Director, Saran Neal from the Buffalo Bills, and Michelle Robert, Executive Director of the Buffalo Bills Foundation, for joining us up here today. I also want to acknowledge Alex Quinn from Senator Rob Ward's office, Eamon Weber from the Assemblyman's office as well. Ask a resident in the city of Niagara Falls about this market, and many will be eager to share a fond memory or a story. My aunt used to live right over next to the Boys and Girls Club, and as kids we would come to this market to check out the clothing they had or the produce they were offering, and probably annoy a farmer or two while we were here. Unfortunately, many residents will also share some sadness about the state of the market in recent years, but this market has history. The Niagara Falls City Market has been around for well over 100 years. This market was originally located over on Linwood Avenue in the late 1800s, moving over to Willow Avenue for a short stint before finding its permanent home here off Pine Avenue in the early 1900s. The market flourished for decades with dozens of farmers and other vendors selling local produce and goods. Today and in recent memory, the market has seen some struggles. While we have no plans of dwelling on those struggles of the past today, I think it's important that we acknowledge and share gratitude to the farmers and vendors behind us who have stuck with the market through those struggles to continue providing one of the only sources of fresh and healthy produce to the residents of this city. But we're here today to share some positive news and progress. In the late 2018, the Niagara Falls City Council approved something called the Niagara Falls Local Food Action Plan as the official food plan for the city of Niagara Falls. The plan that was developed by and for residents and stakeholders of this city to strengthen the local food system and increase food security for the people who live here. In other words, the plan seeks to better connect people to food through a framework that focuses on agriculture, economic development, education, and healthy neighborhoods. There's 41 action items included in that plan that reflect the priorities of roughly 500 voices that informed its development, and those voices were clear. Improvements to this city market were their number one priority. Through partnerships and collaborations with key partners, including farmers and local businesses, it was determined that key steps towards improvement of the market were the acceptance of SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, formerly known as food stamps, and the inclusion of Double Up Food Bucks, a SNAP incentive program administered by Field and Fork Network. 1 in 3 Niagara Falls residents receive SNAP benefits, and it is imperative that the only farmers market in this city accepts those benefits. As of September of last year, this market was authorized to accept SNAP, thanks to a partnership with the nonprofit partner LiveNF. In the 2 months that SNAP was accepted during the 2021 season, more than $4,000 in SNAP transactions were processed. That's more than $4,000 that residents no longer had to take out of their cash budgets, more than $4,000 that could be used on transportation, rent, childcare, and other expenses. That brings us to today's launch of Double Up Food Bucks at the Niagara Falls City Market. We're excited to share more about this program with you, but more excited to make it available to Niagara Falls residents and at this market. We're also excited to bring Kids Day to the market today, and I want to thank Anne-Marie DeRusso for her efforts in coordinating this event. She's our market coordinator. And the goal of this event is to introduce young people to their local farmers market with the hope that their experience is the opposite of many of ours and many Niagara Falls residents. We hope that the youth enjoy the activities behind us, and we'll see this market grow back into a destination market and a robust source of healthy local food for the people of this community. So you'll hear more about that program, and to get things started, I would like to introduce our Assemblyman, Angelo Morinello.
Thank you. As I look around in front of me and behind me, there's only one word I can think of, is collaboration. Field and Fork, the city of Niagara Falls, the state of New York, the farmers, the vendors, the Boys and Girls Club. And what do they all have in common? The one common thread that they all bring to this is teaching our youth the importance of fresh food, fresh vegetables. They don't need to think that everything comes out of a vending machine. This market was the lifeblood in the center of the community of Niagara Falls for many, many years. And for many years it laid fallow. I can remember growing up and being brought by my grandmother, and out in front on Pine Avenue was Leo Simone's vegetable and fruit stand. But it wasn't a stand, it was a building. And in front, if you think of any pictures of the markets in New York City or Toronto, he had all of his wares displayed on boards. You can come in and pick it. Thanks to Mayor Restaino, who has now been able to gain control of the property here, I see a bright future for the City of Niagara Falls City Market. It will benefit the citizens, the farmers, but more importantly, as we go forward, it'll show the children how important it is. It will become a gathering place. It will be a place that they can speak nutrition and talk about the importance from youth. So with that being said, I'm going to end with one phrase. If you ate today, thank a farmer. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblyman. The City of Niagara Falls has always appreciated the city market as a center point for this business district of Pine Avenue. And as a matter of fact, my wife grew up just in a house right to my right. And so this has always been an important place for many families and for many of us. It wasn't until toward the end of last summer that we were able to start engaging in conversations about what the city market would look like. And just this past early summer, we concluded our acquisition of the operations of this facility, and now it's our intention with our partners to work on growing the Niagara Falls City Market. We think that not only will this be, as it has been described, a center point for fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, but we also think that it should be an area where we are able to market and showcase all of the many products that Niagara County has to offer. Niagara County is such a great place when it comes to agriculture, homemade items, and my memories of the city market were that all of those things were made available here. Now, I'm not suggesting that we're going to take a step back in time. I don't think that that's possible. But what I do think, and what I do know, is that where we're currently at, we can do much better. And we're going to be able to do much better because we're going to develop partnerships. As the Assembly member said, this is about collaboration and cooperation. We've received that cooperation with investment from the state of New York, and we're also going to be formalizing agreements not only with property management capacity, but also with what I'd like to think will be the farmers market management capacity. And in that regard, the people that have brought to us the Double Up Bucks program, and the people who have spearheaded the entire SNAP engagement with Live on F are our friends at the Field and Fork Network. I have sat in a number of meetings with their individuals from the Field and Fork Network, and I can tell you that they are as focused on improving the circumstances here at the city market as our administration is. And so it's my pleasure to introduce to you Lisa French, the Executive Director of the Field and Fork Network, a person who we have had the pleasure of working with closely in redesigning what we hope will be a better farmers experience here at City Market.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lisa French. I'm the co-founder and executive director of Field and Fork Network. I'm thrilled to be here today at the Niagara Falls City Market and to see all this wonderful activity going on. We really believe that this market is an important asset in the community of Niagara Falls. So I want to thank Mayor Restaino, Assemblyman Morinello, and the state of New York, as well as the American Heart Association and the Buffalo Bills Foundation as our valued partners in making today's event happen, but also supporting us as we look to grow and really, amplify what this market can offer to the community. I also want to give a heartfelt thanks to the farmers. Their steadfast commitment to selling at this market and serving this community is deeply appreciated. We are here today to announce the launch of Double Up Food Bucks at the market. Double Up Food Bucks is a program that matches Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Benefits, also known as SNAP, dollar for dollar on fresh fruits and vegetables, increasing healthy food access for New Yorkers. Double Up provides increased purchasing power for low-income families who can stretch their food budgets further. At a time when many folks are struggling due to the pandemic and the rising cost of food due to inflation, these resources will help many individuals and families put healthy foods on their table. Double Up is a win-win-win for the Niagara Falls community. It supports making healthier foods more accessible, it supports New York growers, and it supports local communities by redirecting more federal food assistance dollars into the local economy. We look forward to watching the Niagara Falls City Market grow and be restored as a thriving community resource as it once was many years ago. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Executive Director of the Buffalo Bills Foundation, Michelle Roberts, and Saran Neal from the Buffalo Bills.
Thank you, Lisa, and thank you everyone for having us here today. We are so excited to partner with Field and Fork Network to support the Double Up Food Bucks program. The Bills Foundation is overall focused on health and wellness of our community. We are specifically focused, though, on addressing and ensuring improving access to healthy fruits and vegetables for families here in the Western New York community. So when we heard about the Double Up Food Bucks program, we really wanted to support it. We wanted to use all that we had to encourage those to sign up for the Double Up Food Bucks program. We believe in what it does by helping those that benefit, that receive SNAP benefits, double the amount of fresh fruit and produce. And we want to encourage anyone that does qualify for SNAP benefits to apply for this program and support it. Not only does it double the fruits and vegetables, but it supports our local economy and our local farmers. So it's a win-win for everyone. So we are so happy to partner and have Saran Neal and Billy Buffalo here for the Kids Day. And I'll turn it over to Saran, who will say a few words.
Yes, it's going to be short and sweet. I mean, I would just want to thank you guys for having me out here. But the goal is to help all kids, to fresh and healthy foods here. A little bit about me, I came from, food stamps. Now they call it, SNAP benefits, free lunch and certain stuff like that. So when I heard about this, it was a goal to me to just get down here and support. Really show these kids that, there are other opportunities rather than, just anything out the store, anything, just easy access. I want to show them that, we have fresh foods here and everything's good, here. So I just want to thank you guys for having me out.
Before we close up, and I think everyone here will be available for questions, I did see our Niagara County Sheriff, Michael Filsetti, and his deputies show up while we were speaking, so I wanted to thank them for being here. Our Niagara Falls firefighters and police department as well. Our community partners set up over here, make sure you check them out. And just again to acknowledge the Boys and Girls Club for bringing a couple dozen at least youth out here to enjoy Kids Day. So with that, I think we'll close. If you have any questions for anyone in specific, we can handle those one-on-one. Thank you.